You eat well, you try to stay active. You may even add protein shakes or supplements hoping to protect your strength. And yet, something feels off. Your arms don't feel as steady. Getting up from a chair takes more effort than it used to. Your legs don't respond the way they once did. And you start wondering quietly, is this just what aging feels like? Let me tell you something important. What you're experiencing is not simply aging. In many cases, it's something far more specific, a gradual loss of muscle support that happens when your body can no longer rebuild tissue the way it once did. And here's what most people don't realize. Even if you eat enough protein, even if you stay active, even if you think you're doing everything right, your muscles may still be weakening. Why? Because muscle strength doesn't depend on protein alone. There's another piece of the puzzle, one almost no one talks about, and without it, your muscles struggle to hold themselves together. That missing piece is collagen. Most people think of collagen as something for skin or joints, but in reality, collagen acts like the internal framework that holds muscle fibers together. Without enough of it, muscles don't just weaken, they lose their structure. I've seen this again and again in older adults who do everything right. They eat well, they stay active, yet their muscles still feel soft, unstable, and slow to recover. And here's where it gets even more surprising. Many people are consuming collagen, but in a way that makes it almost useless. Because not all collagen works the same way, and some everyday food combinations quietly block your body from using it at all. This is where most people unknowingly sabotage their own progress. Let me explain. One of the most common habits I see is pairing collagen-rich foods with the wrong kind of carbohydrates. Take white rice, for example. It seems harmless, simple, familiar, comforting. But when you eat white rice alongside collagen-rich foods, something problematic happens inside the body. White rice causes a rapid spike in blood sugar. That spike interferes with how your muscles absorb amino acids, the building blocks that collagen is made of. In other words, even though you're consuming collagen, your body can't fully use it. Research has shown that when blood sugar rises sharply, muscle cells temporarily shut down their ability to absorb nutrients efficiently. So instead of rebuilding muscle tissue, your body diverts energy elsewhere. This means the collagen you worked so hard to include in your diet may never reach the muscles that need it most. And there's another layer to this. When high-sugar foods mix with collagen-rich meals, certain byproducts form in the body that increase internal stress and inflammation. Over time, this can slow recovery and make muscles feel stiff and weak. I've seen people change nothing except this one habit, replacing white rice with gentler carbohydrates, and within weeks they feel stronger and more stable. That's how powerful these small adjustments can be. And yet, rice isn't the only hidden problem. There's another extremely common habit that quietly cancels out your body's ability to rebuild muscle, even if everything else is done right. It's something many people enjoy in the evening, often believing it helps them relax. And that's exactly where we'll continue next. Now let's talk about something almost no one connects to muscle loss, but it quietly undoes weeks of progress if you're not careful. Alcohol. For many people, it's just a small evening habit. A glass of wine with dinner, a drink to relax the body before bed. It feels harmless, even comforting, but here's what most people don't realize. When alcohol enters your system, it directly interferes with the way your body repairs muscle tissue. Even small amounts can reduce your muscle-building response by a significant margin. Your body rebuilds muscle mainly while you sleep. That's when collagen, amino acids, and repair hormones are supposed to do their work. But alcohol disrupts that entire process. It interferes with deep sleep, the stage where true recovery happens. It also interferes with the biochemical signals your muscles rely on to absorb collagen and rebuild fibers. So even if you're eating the right foods, even if you're getting enough protein, your body simply can't use it properly. Research has shown that consuming alcohol close to collagen intake can significantly reduce the body's ability to convert those nutrients into functional muscle tissue. And the timing matters more than most people think. Many adults enjoy a drink with dinner, then have collagen-rich foods later in the evening, believing they're supporting recovery overnight. In reality, alcohol stays active in your system for hours, blocking the very pathways your muscles need to repair themselves. There's another issue most people never hear about. When alcohol combines with certain proteins, especially those found in broths made from fish or poultry, it can create byproducts that place extra stress on muscle tissue. Instead of healing, your muscles end up working overtime just to protect themselves. I've seen this pattern many times. People tell me, "I'm doing everything right. I eat well, I drink broth, I take care of myself." But once they remove alcohol for even a short period, the change is noticeable. Less stiffness, better balance, faster recovery. One gentleman I worked with made just one change. He stopped having his nightly drink on days he focused on rebuilding strength. Within a few weeks, he noticed he could get up from a chair more easily and felt steadier on his feet. That's not a coincidence. It's the body finally getting the quiet, uninterrupted environment it needs to repair itself. And here's the encouraging part. You don't need to give up everything. You just need to be strategic. If your goal is to rebuild strength, alcohol and collagen simply don't belong in the same window of time. Giving your body a few hours of separation can make a meaningful difference. Now that you know what not to combine with collagen, let's talk about what actually works, because there are two specific collagen-rich foods that consistently support muscle recovery, especially in adults over 60, and they do it better than powders or supplements ever could. In the next part, I'll show you what those foods are, why they work so well, and how to use them in a simple, realistic way that fits into daily life. Now let's talk about what actually works. Because once you remove the things that block collagen from doing its job, the next step is choosing the right sources, the ones your body can truly use. And here's where many people are surprised. The most powerful collagen sources are not expensive powders or trendy supplements. They're real foods. Traditional foods that were once common but quietly disappeared from modern diets. The first one is fish skin broth. Most people throw fish skin away without a second thought. But that thin layer contains one of the richest natural sources of marine collagen available. When fish skin is gently simmered, it releases collagen that's easier for the body to absorb than most land-based sources. In fact, marine collagen is absorbed faster and used more efficiently, especially in older adults. What makes it special is its structure. Fish collagen contains smaller peptides, which means your body doesn't have to work as hard to break them down. They enter the bloodstream quickly and travel directly to muscles and connective tissue. And there's more. Fish skin is also rich in omega-3 fatty acids and trace minerals that support circulation and reduce inflammation. This creates the perfect environment for muscle repair. In several long-term observations, older adults who regularly consumed fish skin broth showed noticeable improvements in muscle tone, joint comfort, and overall mobility. It's not magic. It's biology working the way it was designed to. Now, let's talk about the second powerhouse, and this one often surprises people: chicken feet. They may not look appealing, but nutritionally, they're one of the most concentrated sources of collagen available. When simmered slowly, chicken feet release large amounts of type I and type II collagen, the exact forms your muscles and joints rely on for strength and flexibility. They also contain natural compounds like glucosamine and chondroitin, which help cushion joints and support smooth movement. This combination doesn't just help muscles recover, it makes movement feel easier overall. In several observational studies, older adults who regularly consumed chicken feet broth reported better mobility, reduced stiffness, and improved confidence with everyday movements like walking or standing up from a chair. What makes this especially powerful is how these two broths work together. Fish collagen absorbs quickly, supporting fast repair. Chicken collagen works more slowly, reinforcing deeper structures over time. Together, they create a complete support system, fast and long-lasting. That's why combining them can be far more effective than relying on supplements alone. And no, this doesn't require complicated recipes or hours in the kitchen. A simple broth made once or twice a week can be used across multiple meals. The key is consistency. Small amounts taken regularly send a clear signal to your body. Rebuild, restore, strengthen. Now, before we talk about how to use these foods day to day, there's one more important piece we need to cover. Because even with the right foods, timing matters. And there's a simple daily rhythm that can dramatically improve how your body uses collagen without adding stress or complexity. That's what we'll cover next. Now that you know which foods support muscle recovery, the final piece is understanding when and how to use them. Because timing matters more than most people realize, you don't need complicated schedules or strict routines. You just need a simple daily rhythm that works with your body, not against it. Let's start with the morning. After waking up, your body is naturally in a repair mode. This is when your tissues are most responsive to nourishment. A warm cup of broth in the morning can gently wake up your digestion and deliver collagen when your muscles are most ready to absorb it. Many people find that starting the day with a small serving of chicken feet broth or fish skin broth helps them feel steadier and more energized throughout the morning. It doesn't need to be a full meal, just enough to signal your body that it's time to rebuild. Midday is when digestion tends to be strongest. This is the ideal time for a balanced meal that includes clean protein, vegetables, and a gentle carbohydrate source like quinoa or lentils. Avoid pairing these meals with alcohol or heavy processed foods. You want your body focused on absorbing nutrients, not fighting inflammation. Then comes the evening, the most overlooked part of the day. This is when your body prepares for its deepest repair cycle. About 30 to 60 minutes before dinner, a warm cup of collagen-rich broth can act like a signal to your system. It tells your body, get ready to repair. Follow that with a light, clean meal, nothing heavy, nothing fried. Just simple foods your body recognizes. And then rest. Quality sleep is where the real rebuilding happens. That's when collagen, amino acids, and recovery hormones do their work quietly in the background. When you support that process, strength returns naturally. No forcing, no extremes, just consistency. One of the most encouraging things I've seen is how quickly people begin to notice changes when they follow this rhythm. Better balance, easier movement in the morning, less stiffness when standing up, not because they pushed harder, but because they finally supported their body the right way. And that's the most important message I want to leave you with. You don't need to fight your body. You don't need extreme workouts or expensive supplements. Your body is still capable of rebuilding. It just needs the right signals, simple food, proper timing, and patience. If you've watched this far, it tells me you're serious about taking care of yourself. And that matters. So now I'd like to ask you something. Which part of this surprised you the most? Was it the role of collagen timing, the foods that quietly block your progress, or the simple changes that can make such a big difference? Leave a comment and share your thoughts. Your experience might help someone else who's struggling silently, and if you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe. We share practical, honest guidance to help you stay strong, steady, and independent at any age. Thank you for spending this time with me. Your strength isn't gone. It's just waiting for the right support to come back.